You're 4 hours into an 8-hour flight across the Atlantic. You're in seat 35B. Middle seat. Economy. Your knees are jammed into the seat in front of you. Your back is aching. Your feet are swelling. You need the bathroom, but the aisle seat person is asleep and you don't want to wake them again. And you're thinking, I have 4 more hours of this. How am I going to survive? When you were 30, economy wasn't comfortable, but it was tolerable. Now, at 60 plus, 8 to 12 hours in a cramped seat isn't just annoying. It can be genuinely painful. And if you handle it wrong, it can be risky for your health. The airline solution is always the same: pay $400 to $800 to upgrade. And if you can't, are you just supposed to suffer? Absolutely not. I'm Dave, and I spend way too much time figuring out how airlines quietly made flying harder for anyone who isn't 25 and flexible with a spine made of rubber. If you dread long flights because you know you'll land stiff, sore, and exhausted, you're in the right place. Today I'm giving you 10 practical hacks that actually work for travelers over 60. No fantasy advice. No, just sleep on the plane. These are the moves that help you arrive less sore, less swollen, and more capable of enjoying day one instead of wasting it recovering in a hotel room. Let's start with the thing that decides your entire flight before you even board: your seat. Most people think the only choice is aisle versus window. That's what airlines want you to think. Because if you don't understand the seat map, you'll either pay them or you'll suffer quietly. Here's the truth: not all economy seats are equal. Some are tolerable. Some are traps. If you can afford a small seat fee, pay it strategically. Not for luxury. For function. If you need bathroom access or you get stiff easily, aisle is usually worth it. Period. Stop trying to be polite at the expense of your bladder and your joints. But not every aisle seat is a good aisle seat. Avoid the very last row if you can. It's often louder, busier, and sometimes has limited recline. Avoid seats directly in front of exit rows, because some have restricted recline. And if you're not in the aisle, don't pick a seat right next to the lavatory unless you enjoy noise, traffic, and people hovering next to you for hours. If you want a quick way to stop guessing, use a seat map tool like Seat Guru or the airline's aircraft map and look for warnings like restricted recline, near lavatory, or limited storage. It takes 2 minutes and can save you 8 hours of misery. Now, once you're on board, the biggest risk on a long flight isn't boredom. It's staying still. Long periods of sitting can increase the risk of circulation problems, swelling, and blood clots, especially as we get older, especially if you're on certain medications, and especially if you already have vein issues. So here's your non-negotiable movement protocol. This is not fitness. This is maintenance. Every hour, you move, right in your seat. 3 minutes. Do ankle circles. 10 each direction. Do heel raises. 10 to 15. Lift your knees one at a time. 10 per side. Roll your shoulders. Flex your feet. Then, if you're able, every 90 minutes to 2 hours, you stand up and walk for a few minutes. Walk to the bathroom even if you don't need to go. Stand near the back for a moment. Stretch your calves. Then sit down again. If you're thinking, I don't want to bother people, let me be blunt, you're not bothering anyone. You're preventing problems that can ruin your trip. And yes, this is where compression socks come in. If you've never used them, you're going to hate how unglamorous they are and love what they do. Get knee-high compression socks, put them on before you leave for the airport, and wear them for the full flight. They help reduce swelling and support circulation. They're cheap compared to what airlines charge you to upgrade for comfort, and they actually solve a real problem. Now let's talk hydration, because this is where a lot of travelers over 60 accidentally sabotage themselves. Cabin air is dry. Your thirst signals aren't as loud as they used to be. And people intentionally drink less because they don't want bathroom trips. That trade is backwards. Dehydration makes swelling worse. It makes headaches worse. It makes jet lag worse. It makes you feel older than you are. So here's the simple hydration formula. Drink a good amount of water before boarding. Not panic chugging. Just enough that you're not starting the flight already behind. During the flight, drink steadily. When the beverage cart comes, always take water, yes, even if you also take coffee or tea. If you want to be smart, limit caffeine and skip alcohol. Alcohol on a plane doesn't help you sleep. It dehydrates you and makes the sleep you do get lower quality. And here's the move most people don't use: bring an empty water bottle through security, fill it after, and keep it with you. That way you're not dependent on tiny cups delivered twice in 8 hours. Yes, this means you may use the bathroom more. Good. Holding it increases discomfort and can increase the risk of UTIs, another fun gift that becomes more common with age. You're not going to out-stubborn biology. Just plan for it and make it normal. Now, food. Airline meals are heavy, salty, and served on their schedule, not yours. And sitting still for hours while eating a big, salty meal is a perfect recipe for bloating and misery. You can bring food through security. Use it. Pack easy protein and simple snacks: nuts, cheese, a protein bar, fruit, crackers, a sandwich that won't leak. Eat smaller amounts when you're actually hungry instead of forcing a giant tray meal because it appeared in front of you. You're not a child who has to clean the plate. You're managing your body so you can land functional. Now let's handle the biggest lie in travel advice: just sleep on the plane. Most people don't sleep well in economy. And if you're over 60, the odds of deep, perfect sleep are even lower because your body is more sensitive to discomfort. So here's the realistic goal: rest. Quiet time. Light sleep if you can get it. To make that possible, you need 3 things: darkness, sound control, and support. An eye mask that doesn't smash your eyelids. Earplugs or noise-canceling headphones. And proper neck support. If U-shaped pillows never work for you, that's because they often push your head forward. Consider a scarf wrap, a J-shaped pillow, or something that supports your head to the side. And do not ignore lumbar support. Economy seats have almost none. A rolled-up jacket or small pillow behind your lower back can reduce that "my spine is collapsing" feeling. If you use melatonin, be smart. Try it at home first. If you're on multiple medications or you're unsure, ask your pharmacist. The goal is gentle sleep support, not a knockout. Now, temperature. Planes can swing from freezing to stuffy, and as we age, temperature discomfort hits harder and ruins rest faster. Layer like your comfort depends on it, because it does. Wear a breathable base layer, a light sweater, and something warm that can double as a blanket. Choose comfortable pants with stretch. Wear slip-on shoes so you're not wrestling with laces while your feet swell. And bring a large scarf or wrap if you can. It's a blanket, pillow, and privacy screen in one. It's boring. It works. Now, medications. If you take meds on a strict schedule, time zones and long flights can get messy fast. Don't wing it while you're tired. For daily medications, many people do best staying consistent during travel and then adjusting once they arrive. For medications taken by interval, you count hours, not clock time. The smartest move is also the simplest: ask your doctor or pharmacist before your trip, especially if you're on blood thinners, insulin, heart meds, or anything time-sensitive. And always pack extra days in your carry-on. Never checked. Because airlines lose bags. And they will not lose sleep over your prescriptions. Now, the final hour of the flight. This is where people sabotage their landing. They stay frozen in their seat until the wheels hit, then they jump up, twist awkwardly, yank bags from overhead, and wonder why their back feels like it got hit by a truck. Here's what you do instead. About an hour before landing, start preparing your body. Use the bathroom one last time if you can. Drink some water. Do your ankle and leg movements again. Put your shoes on early, because swollen feet plus rushing equals clumsy. Gather your things calmly. And when the plane lands, don't rush to stand if you're stiff. Stand slowly, use the seat for balance, and don't be a hero with overhead luggage. Shoulder and back injuries from lifting bags are common, and they're not worth it. Ask for help if you need it. Now, what happens after you land matters just as much as what happens in the air. If you arrive and immediately try to do a full day, you'll pay for it. Your first 24 hours are not the time to prove something. Get water. Get a shower. Eat something sensible. Get light movement and daylight if it's daytime. Keep any nap short if you take one. Aim for a normal bedtime at your destination. Because the goal isn't to survive the flight and then lose the first 2 days of your trip. And here's the final piece that nobody wants to talk about: know when something isn't normal. If one leg swells dramatically more than the other, if you get severe leg pain, chest pain, or trouble breathing, don't brush it off as travel stiffness. Get help. You are not being dramatic. You're being responsible. Let me bring this home. Airlines intentionally made economy barely tolerable so you'll pay to escape it. That's the business model. They don't care if your knees hurt. They care if you upgrade. But you don't have to let discomfort become suffering. If you do nothing else on your next long flight, do these 3 things: move every hour, hydrate steadily, and wear compression socks. Those 3 alone can change how you feel when you land. You've earned the right to travel. You shouldn't stay home because airlines shrank legroom and called it standard. Save this. Use it. And comment your biggest long flight problem: knees, swelling, sleep, bathroom trips, or back pain. Because the more travelers over 60 stop suffering silently, the harder it gets for airlines to pretend this is normal.